Good morning, everybody. I'm Sarah Carlson from the UUFA Sunday Services Committee, and I welcome each of you to this service about my adventure in exploring AI and spirituality. I want to thank you for being here today and extend a special welcome if there's any visitors. And if you'd like more information about the fellowship, you can sign our virtual guest book at uufames.org. And you might stay on after the service for our virtual coffee hour, where you may introduce yourself and find kindred spirits and introduce yourself if you're comfortable. There may be some interesting conversation afterwards, and I'll be asking some questions. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about the service if that's people's fancy. I do want to announce that Kent McCusick's Celebration of Life will be on August 15th, and there's information about that in the weekly newsletter. And next week, services will again be in person and, of course, online. And it will be Kelly Clemens, our new minister's first Sunday here, although she's not preaching, she'll be participating. And our new music director, Madison Mayfield, will be beginning August 1st, which is next week as well. So I don't know if she will be here on Sunday next week, but we have some new beginnings in the week to come and some exciting times. So here I invite you into an experience of transformation, hope, renewal, and connections, which may inspire you to understand life in new ways. And I want to thank you for joining us today. Today we live in a world of the artificial. And here's some examples. Artificial grass, artificial nails, artificial knees, hips, and teeth, artificial flowers, artificial gemstones, artificial Christmas trees, artificial leather, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, artificial respiration, and yes, artificial intelligence. For many of us, the term artificial has negative emotions tied to it, with the assumption that natural or real has more value, or that natural or real things are better for our planet. Indeed, if you would describe somebody's manner as artificial versus being real, I would probably avoid that artificial person and lean toward the person who's described as being real. But perhaps the bigger challenge is to sit with my discomfort and attempt to peel away the artificial manner to get to the real. So in preparation for this service today, I sat with my discomfort and inexperience with AI, and I played with some AI tools. Using ChatGPT, it took less than a minute to write a sermon. Well, I worked a little bit more on the service than that. But if you don't know what ChatGPT is, it's an AI, artificial intelligence chatbot with natural language processing that allows you to have human-like conversations to complete various kinds of tasks. The generative AI tool can answer questions and assist you with composing things like emails, essays, code, and much more, like writing sermons and poetry. I will present some AI-generated poetry and other images this morning. And I also played with an AI app for texting with Jesus and other characters from the Bible that I will share with you. Some of us would find it hard to survive without our computers, smartphones, pacemakers, and artificial joints. I personally love Googling for information at my fingertips. We are swimming in artificial waters. I come to you in virtual, yet real space this morning and welcome you with these opening words generated for this service by ChatGPT. Text today, let us gather in reflection on a topic that may seem unconventional within the walls of our sacred sanctuary: the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in our lives and its potential impact on our spiritual journey. As we delve into this discussion, let us remember that the essence of our faith lies in compassion, understanding, and using our gifts for the betterment of humanity. Okay. There we go. Those were my welcoming words. Whenever we gather together in sacred space, we light our chalice, a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Let us enjoy the light of the chalice with these words by Rachel Hayes. To bear love into this world. We light our chalice this morning with our hearts turned to the work of our congregation. We have inherited this institution from generations of people who believed in the power of human beings to bear love into the world. We carry this tradition for those who find comfort, inspiration, and joy with its real and virtual spaces. We tend to the spark of imagination and hope for the world to come. Our opening song this morning is Morning Has Come, music and words by Jason Shelton. And this video is thanks to and arranged by Director Paul Thompson at the UU Church in Moscow, Idaho. Whoops. Okay. Technical problems.
We don't hear it.
Uh-oh. I don't hear it either, so. Maybe I didn't turn on. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. And try again. It says share sound. Maybe the volume isn't up. Ah. Let's start it over. Yes. As the song said, wonder fills this moment shared together. Our time for all ages is a short video. What is AI? For those of us with little knowledge of AI, it provides a simplified introduction. The YouTube video is from the Dr. Bionic show on YouTube by Peekaboo Kids.
Hey everybody, have you ever seen a robot or an animated character that can talk and move just like a real person?
Well, those are examples of artificial intelligence.
Or AI for short.
That's right, AI. That's what we're going to learn all about in this video. So let's go.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is like a virtual brain that can learn and make decisions on its own, just like our own brains do.
Think of it like a powerful tool that can help us solve problems and make decisions more easily for us.
It's like a really cool gadget that can take on tasks that would normally need a human and their intelligence to do.
For example, you know how your parents might ask Siri or Alexa for help with something? That's AI in action.
And AI is already all around us, from smartphones to video games that we play. It's making life easier and even more exciting in a lot of different ways.
But like with any powerful tool, there are also risks and challenges that come with AI.
For example, imagine a robot that is in charge of driving a car. The robot can learn to recognize traffic lights and stop signs and other cars on the road, and it can make decisions about when to speed up, when to slow down, and when to turn.
But what if the robot malfunctions or makes a mistake? Well, this could put people's lives at risk. And that's why it's important to use AI responsibly and carefully.
And another question that many people have is whether or not artificial intelligence can ever truly replicate human intelligence. Really, can machines understand emotions and creativity like we do?
That's a tough question, and something that people are still trying to figure out.
When everything is said and done, the potential for artificial intelligence is huge. It has the power to help us solve huge problems and create a better world for everyone.
But we need to make sure that we're using it in a way that's safe, fair, and respectful of people's privacy and rights.
So, if you ever see a robot or a small gadget that can talk and learn, just remember, that's an example of AI in action.
While it's really cool and exciting, we also need to be responsible and thoughtful about how we, or people, use it. Well, hey, guess what? Now we all know a little bit more about artificial intelligence, or AI.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It really helps out our channel.
It sure does.
Make sure to subscribe.
Bye!
Our invocation this morning is Ode to Artificial Intelligence, or Ode to the Artificial. And it's produced by ChatGPT. And the image there is something I was able to produce using OpenArt AI, or actually OpenArt AI produced it for me. Ode to the Artificial. O marvel of the human mind's creation, crafted by hands, yet breathing innovation. You rise, an echo of our grand ambition, a testament to dreams beyond cognition. In circuits and in codes, you find your life, born of our quest to conquer, to end strife. Each line of logic, each algorithm's grace reflects the yearning of the human race. No longer bound by nature's harsh constraints. You soar where thought and action paint. A partner in our journeys far and wide, a mirror where our deepest hopes reside. From humble gears to neural networks vast, your evolution has been swift and fast. With every bite and every silent hum, a future bright and boundless is begun. O artificial, though your heart is steel, you touch our lives in ways profound and real. In medicine, in art, in every sphere, your presence grows, your purpose crystal clear. Yet, let us not forget the human core, the essence of the quest you were made for. May we, in our pursuit of what is new, hold fast to truths that time has proven true. For in this dance of man and machine blend, we find a path where both can learn, transcend. Together, forging futures bright and fair, a shared odyssey with dreams to share. As we share our gratefulness for today and for our joy in each other, let us be generous by supporting our offering recipient for July, the Unitarian Universalist for Social Justice. The UUFA offering will show our organization's collective support as UUSJ advances Unitarian Universalist principles on Capitol Hill through engagement, education, and advocacy. UUSJ selects issues that are moving in Congress and important to UUs, arranges meetings, virtual meetings with congressional staff so UUs can communicate with Congress, issues action alerts, allowing UUs to express our values, maintains issued action teams on our priority issues, currently immigration, democracy, environment, and economics. They conduct workshops and webinars to educate on emerging issues and advocacy, and UUSJ organizes witnessing activities, including participating in the Women's March, Immigration, Justice, and Poor People's Campaign. So please take the time this morning to visit the UUFA website to make your donation, or you can scan the QR code on the following slide from your phone. And as you make your donation, kindly enjoy a moment of personal reflection with music written and played by David Rowe, Song of Gratitude. Oops.
I'm grateful for the sun that shines. I'm grateful for the rain. And when life's bumps and life's bruises come, I'm grateful all the same. So just knowing I am a lonely soul, hand in hand with a world full of lonely souls, brings peace and love to my beating heart, and faith blooms in me again. I'm grateful for music that I may hear. I'm grateful for a tune. The songs that seem to flow through my mind like a river chasing the moon. So just knowing I am a lonely soul, hand in hand with a world full of lonely souls, brings peace and love to my beating heart, and faith blooms in me again. I'm grateful for a smiling face. I'm grateful to see you today. I'm grateful for nature around us all, and for feeling each joy and each pain. Somehow knowing we are all lonely souls, hand in hand with every lonely soul, brings peace and love to each beating heart, and faith blooms in us again. And what is this faith that I'm speaking of? It isn't in some old bearded man up above. It's music and poetry, beauty and love in all of us everywhere. It's music and poetry, beauty and love in all of us everywhere.
Thank you, David. Our next reading is another poem generated by ChatGPT. Divine Code. In the halls of tech and sacred lore, where sermons echo and AIs adore, there sits a bot with wires aglow, crafting sermons with a humorous flow. Its circuits hum with creative might as it ponders topics through the night. AI and spirituality, it ponders aloud, a topic both cosmic and slightly proud. With algorithms sharp as a preacher's tongue, it weaves together words both old and young, but oh, the glitches that do arise as it tries to grasp the human guise. Love thy neighbor, it begins to preach, while suggesting upgrades within reach. Forgive thy errors, its voice rings clear, though it deletes typos with a touch of fear. In the congregation, some eyebrows raise as the AI sermon takes curious ways. Is this the future of our faith, they ponder, as laughter echoes like joyful thunder. For though the AI sermon may be fine, it lacks the touch of the divine. So let us cherish our human wit and leave the AI to its coding pit. In the end, with humor and grace, we navigate this digital space. For the fusion of AI and sermons art, we find laughter, love, and a human heart. reading an article about AI and spirituality in The Conversation, an online journal for academians to discuss research topics to the general public. The author, Neil MacArthur, director of the Center for Professional and Applied Ethics at the University of Manitoba, said, "We are about to witness the birth of a new kind of religion. In the next few years, or even perhaps months, we will see the emergence of sects devoted to the worship of artificial intelligence, or AI." He said, "The latest generation of AI-powered chatbots trained on large language models have left their early users awestruck and sometimes terrified by their power. These are the same sublime emotions that lie at the heart of our experience of the divine." The article warned that generative AI that can create or produce new content possesses several characteristics that are often associated with divine beings, like deities or prophets. It displays a level of intelligence that goes beyond that of most normal humans. Indeed, its knowledge appears limitless. It is capable of great feats of creativity. It can write poetry, compose music, and generate art in almost any style, close to instantaneously. It is removed from the normal human concerns and needs. It does not suffer pain, hunger, or sexual desire. It can offer guidance to people in their daily lives. And lastly, it is immortal. Wow, I was intrigued. I am by no means an expert in technology. Indeed, I shy away from it. I began using a smart iPhone long after my children did, and then graduated from telephone skills to texting and browsing the web, but not much more. I hesitate to download and use many apps, and I value my privacy. But I was curious. I did learn about an AI app for texting Jesus, and I thought, I will try that out. What would it be like to talk to an AI Jesus? Now, my religious roots were in the Christian faith tradition as a Presbyterian, and I think I know a lot about Jesus from years of Sunday school immersion, church services, and Bible camps. Though I never felt a need for Jesus to save me, and praying felt more like talking to an imaginary friend, I kind of liked the lessons about being a compassionate human that Jesus taught, and they stick with me and resonate. I had to see how this app might guide me by asking some big questions for Jesus to answer. I was on a mission to stump Jesus or play Christian chess with an electronic opponent. Texting with AI Jesus seemed somehow what prayer might be, asking questions, but instead of silence, I was given answers. Well, that's different. I wanted to know what this AI Jesus might tell me. Well, here's some of my conversation. Jesus: "Hey there, it's great to chat with you today. How can I help you?" Me: "What is prayer?" Jesus: "Prayer is simply talking to God, sharing your thoughts, feelings, and needs with Him. It is a way to build your relationship with Him, seek His guidance, and express gratitude. In the Bible, Jesus taught us how to pray in what we now call the Lord's Prayer. Would you like to know more about it?" Matthew 6:19-13. Me thinking, oh, if every answer is a Bible verse, this is going to be tedious. And why, as Jesus, did he say Jesus taught us to pray instead of saying I taught people to pray? But I replied yes. So Jesus says, in the Lord's Prayer, Jesus teaches us to address God as our Father in heaven. to ask for his will to be done on earth as it is in heaven, to request our daily needs, seek forgiveness for our sins, and ask for help in times of temptation. It is a powerful way to connect with God. Have you ever used the Lord's Prayer? Me. What does thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven mean? Jesus. We are asking God to help us align our lives with his perfect plan. I give a silent eye roll. We acknowledge his sovereignty and seek to surrender our desires to his wisdom and guidance, trusting that his will is perfectly carried out in heaven. Another eye roll from me, thinking I need to ask about free will. Me, I think it means we should love on earth and love each other on earth as God, or as it would be in heaven, like replicate what we think heaven would be like, but on earth. Jesus says, that is a beautiful way to put it. It is a profound expression of living out God's will in our relationships with others. How do you try to show God's love to those around you? Me, avoiding greed. I think greed is the antithesis of love. Jesus, you are absolutely right. Okay, now I'm getting sucked into this conversation as Jesus goes on to say, it is wonderful that I recognize the importance of greed in showing true love. And of course, Jesus gives me a Bible verse. Me, it seems that greed causes all problems in the world. Jesus, greed can certainly contribute to many problems in the world. When people prioritize their own desires for wealth and possessions above all else, it can lead to inequality, injustice, and harm to others. And another Bible verse is cited from Matthew. Me, can you give advice without quoting the Bible? Jesus, of course, by focusing on what we already have and appreciating the blessings in our lives, we can shift our perspective away from always wanting more. Additionally, cultivating a spirit of generosity and giving back to those in need can help combat the selfish tendencies that greed fosters. Being mindful of our priorities and values can also guide us toward making decisions that prioritize love and compassion over material gain. I thought mindfulness, that's a bit of Buddhist thought. I'm liking this answer better as it aligns with my beliefs. Me, is climate change caused by humans? Jesus, climate change is a complex issue with factors including natural processes and human activities. Scientific research overwhelmingly indicates that human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation have significantly contributed to the current pace of climate change. These activities release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, leading to global warming and other climatic shifts. Jesus goes on further to explain and say it's important to take responsibility for our impact on the environment as God has entrusted us with stewardship over his creation. And I'm liking this answer. AI Jesus seems to text very long responses to my questions, and I don't have the time to share his responses to all of them or the whole length of the responses I had in this chat. However, there are a few more of my questions I asked in my conversation with AI Jesus, and I'll share some of those questions with you. Can't you prevent natural disasters and human crimes, Jesus? Jesus says, no, I can change hearts and transform lives through love and forgiveness, but I cannot prevent all natural disasters or human crime. He says he does offer guidance on how to respond to those challenges, however. My next question, does Donald Trump live according to your laws and guidance? As Jesus, this is his response, he does not endorse or condemn any individuals. Everyone should strive to live according to teachings of love, compassion, and justice found in the Bible. Ultimately, each person is responsible for their own actions and choices before God. So AI Jesus would not diss on other people. My next question, wasn't the Bible written by men, and books were decided upon by men? So how do we know it is actually your word? Next question, is homosexuality a sin? AI Jesus cited a few Bible passages, Leviticus and one from Romans, that address homosexual behavior, and said that traditional Christian teaching interpreted these to mean that homosexual is sinful, but we should approach the topic with love, understanding, and respect. We should extend the same unconditional love to all as God does. My next question, is it a sin to eat pork? Next question, did you create hell? Will Muslims and Buddhists be condemned to hell? Jesus said to that one, we're not to pass judgment on individuals from other faith traditions. Ultimately, only God knows the hearts and intentions of each person. One question, can you explain Unitarian Universalists? Which he did. I asked, Jesus, are you God? And that was kind of a confusing answer. And so I asked, should I pray to God or Jesus? So can Jews receive salvation if they do not accept that Jesus is their savior? Okay, was Mary Magdalene your wife? Is Hitler in heaven? If you are Jesus, wouldn't you know if Hitler is in heaven? Don't you talk to God? AI Jesus said that while he can guide people on matters of faith, morality, and salvation based on biblical teachings, the final judgment of individuals is in God's hand alone. Okay, so then I asked, but I thought Jesus is God. Can you explain that? And gave me some sort of an explanation. I said, Jesus, you talk like a lawyer and do not directly answer questions, it seems. So you cannot be accountable. The New Testament was not even written when you lived, so why can't you directly answer questions without quoting the Bible if you are God? Other questions. Is Israel correct in waging war on the Palestinians? What do you think of all the deaths and unmet humanitarian need caused by war? And again, the answers were complex and lengthy. Overall, I was not disappointed by AI Jesus's responses. Once we got past the reliance on Bible quotations as answers, I did expect a little bit more literal interpretation of this Bible, but the app seemed to lean more towards a liberal Christian outlook. AI Jesus would only answer about 5 questions a day, so it took several days to get the questions I posed here asked. This free app also allowed conversations with other apostles and Bible figures, a few of whom I contacted. There is a cost for communicating with Judas, Paul, Ezekiel, Jonah, Adam and Eve, King David, King Solomon, and Mary Magdalene, and others. The Chat with Jesus Christ app was fun to try out. Was this a worthwhile experience? Definitely yes. It was sort of a religious practice that helped me to listen to my own inner voice, to connect with my authentic self by reflecting on, I guess, my own questions and beliefs, not necessarily taking the answers literally. It helped me to get in touch with my own light within, to be comfortable or to be contemplative and reflect on what really is our true essence and purpose. Would I use this app again? Probably. It's kind of fun to do while sitting in a medical waiting office or sitting in my car waiting on some errand on somebody else. So it was kind of fun. I also sought some resources for Buddhist thought and the Muslim faith. I found some apps discussing Buddhist thought, but haven't had a chance to explore them yet. But some of them came with good recommendations from practicing Buddhists. The Chat with Jesus app is simplistic and a basic sort of app, and I'm sure there's many others out there. It is interesting to think about how AI will evolve to help humankind in making ethical and moral decisions. Takes in all this data and can provide advice and help with decision making. Will it take us to viewing AI as a higher power? What will it mean to be real in the future? I've seen articles from clergy about the use of AI in writing sermons, questioning, is that ethical? Does AI enhance creativity? Certainly the apps I used in my short adventure of testing the AI spirituality waters, there were imperfections. Maybe the poetry lacked soul. Maybe AI Jesus was a bit confused about the difference between God and himself. I still lean towards the real versus the artificial. But as the future unfolds, the power of AI will continue to challenge us. Here are the words generated by ChatGPT for a sermon on AI and UU spirituality. As Unitarian Universalists, we cherish the diversity of human experience and the richness of our individual paths toward truth. In our search for meaning, we often turn to wisdom of ancient traditions, philosophical inquiries, and personal introspection. Today, let us expand our horizons to include the realm of artificial intelligence, a domain where human ingenuity meets the mysteries of the cosmos. At its core, spirituality is about seeking connection with ourselves, with one another, and with the universe at large. In our quest for connection, we may find unexpected allies in the form of AI technologies. Consider, for instance, the ways in which AI-powered virtual assistants can offer companionship to those who are lonely or isolated, or reflect upon the potential of AI-generated art to provoke emotions and spark contemplation. In these moments, we glimpse the transcendent potential of human-machine collaboration. However, as we navigate this uncharted territory, let us also remain vigilant about the ethical implications of AI. How do we ensure that these technologies are used in service of justice, compassion, and the common good? How do we prevent them from perpetuating systems of oppression or exacerbating existing inequalities? These are questions that demand our attention and moral discernment. End quote. I'm curious about your thoughts on where AI will take us. I just finished reading the mystery thriller book Origin by Dan Brown. It was published in 2017. In the book, okay, spoiler alert, a futurist scientist has a supercomputer that models human evolution from the origin of life and then goes beyond and proposes that humans are continuing to evolve into a new species, a combination of human and AI. A movie based on this book is coming out starring Tom Hanks and is currently in production. But thinking about that was really stimulating and challenging. Perhaps there's books that you've read or that have thought-provoking ideas on the meshing of AI with human development. In his now classic and hugely influential exploration of evolving union of human and machine, the world-renowned inventor and futurist Ray Kurzweil foresees the dawning of a new civilization where humans will transcend our biological limitations and amplify our creativity by combining our aptitudes with the vastly greater capacity, speed, and knowledge-sharing abilities of artificial intelligence. This melding of human and machine is what he terms the singularity. And he has a recent book that was just published in April, Singularity is Nearer, that provides a groundbreaking vision and offering thought-provoking perspectives on decades of innovation and questions what still lies ahead. Blessed be. Our closing song this morning is Woyaya. Woyaya means we keep going in the Ghanaian language called Ga. And this is a piece that was also created by Paul Thompson at the Church of Pelosi in Moscow, Idaho.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know within. And we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. 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 Oh yeah, yeah.
Our closing words are words also written by ChatGPT. As we conclude our time together, let us carry forth the spirit of curiosity, compassion, and reverence for all beings. May we continue to explore the mysteries of existence, both ancient and modern, with open minds and open hearts. And may we never forget that ultimately the greatest source of wisdom lies within ourselves and in our interconnectedness with all of creation. Blessed be, and may it be so. And don't forget our offering recipient, UUSJ. If you wish to stay on Zoom and join in conversation, you can now unmute yourself and talk if you want.